Hello, this is Debo here, and today I'll be reviewing The Big Hit, starring Mark Wahlberg as Melvin Smiley, featuring Lou Diamond Phillips as Cisco, Avery Brooks, China Chow, Antonio Sabato Jr., Elliot Gould, and Christina Applegate, among others. And I gotta say, executive produced by the greatest action movie director, one of the greatest action movie directors that is, John Woo, and produced by Wesley Snipes. And also should also say also featuring Bokeem Woodbine. And like I say, overall, Big Hit's practically one of Marky Mark's underrated movies. That pretty much one of the ones that had him transition from rapper to actor. Which I gotta say, Marky Mark, I liked you better as a rapper. I did not like Funky Bunch. I mean, when somebody mentions goodbye vibrations, I hope somebody's talking about Beach Boys, not y'all. I mean, talk about one of the most underrated action '90s action movies in terms of action comedies. I mean, just has them all dressed. Even here's one line where a girl said, Sharon Child's character play Nishi says something about, what are y'all, the Spice Boys? And like that, that's what they look like. A boy band, a group of hitmen cosplaying as a boy band. Where with, they start, where him and Cisco start out as friends, and then they do a job, realize they kidnapped the wrong girl. It was the goddaughter of the guy they worked for. And then, of course, old things ensue as far as while in this goof, when Melvin gets wind of Cisco's betrayal, how does he know that he killed Gump, the character Gump, and just find out he was betrayed? But I do mention some funny side characters along with which is the video store guy, Bokeem Woodbine's character. Always talking about all the porno he rents. Even had like member of the month club of that. He had that video store, which surprisingly that only had Troma movies available to rent. And of course with Smiley going between two relationships, one with this other girl, and then the one with Kelly Bundy, who was trying to channel, who was trying to talk like Carmela Soprano, with her dad playing by Elliot Gould, and then of course he has issues, which is ironic for a hitman to talk about being afraid of people not liking him and such. And then, of course, that little funny scene at the beginning where he's like, neighbor goes, "Wrong house, asshole." After that old epic shootout at the beginning. I mean, which was some definite John Woo shit. Which, of course, Woo was a executive producer of, so in a way he did make it, so. Oh. And even more epic with that old fight scene in the video store, and that whole, since it's basically just was one of the short 90-minute movies where it had like more action and plot, and had like old Applegate's character's house or Melville's house where she's supposed to be like the fiance that engaged to one girl, cheating on her with another girl, and then of course hooks up, and then of course takes part in this kidnapping job, and then of course girl basically gets Stockholm syndrome, and say say how epic. I mean, great chemistry between Mark and China Child, though they were dating at the time, in a 4 year relationship, but hey, great great chemistry between the two, and of course, a little funny scene where a guy named Gump, and he's talking about one sequence where the kidnap before he's realized who they picked, and then of course had the whole Trace Buster scene, and funnier, and then of course the whole scene where Applegate's character and well, yeah, and basically Smiley meeting his soon to be in-laws, and then of course they break up in the middle of a gunfight right after the whole running gag about how the movie how they weren't supposed to give her dad a drink, and then I see why, because he called him out about how called her called out his daughter for being a spoiled princess, and his wife for having so much plastic surgery, and still looks like a 25 year, and that was a line in the movie, a 25-year-old ape. And then of course he had that annoying video store and employee, and more shootout when during when Mark's characters starts that kidnapping, and he basically kills her original boyfriend for being an abusive dick, and then which of course Jerk Boy basically got his. Wow. While Lou Diamond Phillips looked like be looking like Joey Fatone in that movie, but I gotta say one of his best performances, though. I mean, old Big Hit, definitely about a 4 out of 5. I mean, just as a homage to Cheese. I mean, even though it came first, I gotta say, Big Hit's basically like if John Wick was made by Trauma, but instead of it produced by John Woo as a with a '90s boy band hitman get up, one of the characters and all, and of course, like some odd plot holes in it, which is like how they never find whatever happened to Woodbine's character, who during the betrayal of Cisco, where which of course went from having Melvin Smiley as a top earner to, and then of course he had that whole epic chase scene with Jaguar and a IROC Z Camaro, and I mean talking like Marky Mark looking like he was auditioning for Smokey and the Banana Band with that paint job on there. And of course, with how many attempts it took him to kill Cisco in that movie, I mean, geez, it looked like Will Ferrell's character in both the Austin Powers movies and how long it took Mustafa to die in him. But overall, I'm going to give Big Hit a 4. All right, y'all. Hope y'all like, subscribe, and enjoy, and I'll keep dishing them out.